Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Vallen, and this is Overwatch. Today we're going to be covering support. The different pluses and minuses of each of these characters here, that essentially how best you can use them or not. To start off with, Lucio. He's kind of average difficulty, as most support characters aren't necessarily always easy to function with, but he does have an ability to actually ride on the wall instead of climbing up it. He can skate along it because he has rollerblades on his feet. Sonic Amplifier is his gun. He can shoot sonic projectiles with that. He also can do a sound wave that just kind of pulses enemies back from you so that you are a little bit safer position in case you overextended. Then you've got Amping It Up, which allows you to amplify one of your two main abilities, and that is either to pulse a healing field in an area around you or a speed up boost in an area around you. And then last, we have the Sound Barrier, which gives out a massive temporary shield boost to all allies. This can really change the flow of battle depending upon how it's used. So you can see in the center of the screen I have a plus and a double arrow, and I've got ×1 in the middle there. If I end up hitting left shift,
let's get you healed up.
I switch the song and it goes to a healing field. Increase of speed, increase in healing, and it affects an area around me. So if you have friendlies nearby, you'll actually be able to see their health meter.
Let's pick it up.
And you therefore can be affecting them. If you want to increase your effect, press E. And you can see their health going up much faster than it was before. Right now it's just barely keeping up, if at all, with the existing attack that's coming out. Now if you are a little too close to the enemy, you can end up pressing your right click there and causing them to kind of get pushed back. It does not affect you, so you can see there it does not actually do much. But you also have some other abilities, and as I was saying, a wall skate ability. The reason being is because you wear rollerblades, as I show here. So if I go up to a wall, I can actually skate across it just by kind of jumping up onto it. Not always the best thing to try and do. You can't actually skate around corners like that. You can if they go on the inside, though. There you go. You can actually skate inside corners, but outside corners, not so much. Now, of course, you have your standard damage gun here, which is your Sonic Blaster, and it's not too bad as far as support weapons go. It's pretty good. It's a little slow to shoot, but at least you can donate a bit of damage to combat. I would say this character is a bit easier than some of the other supports, if only because you are affecting everybody. You don't have to try and focus on one of your teammates. You are affecting everybody nearby. Now, how you end up doing it always makes a big difference. Let me get to a friendly that is moving, and I'll show you how the speed increase works with them. So you can see here we have a friendly bot just kind of standing around, doing a little walk around up here. Now if I switch this, he's going to move much faster, and if I end up using my E ability, he's going to move even faster. Of course, he didn't really want to move too much, but I can move as well and show this off personally. So with that in mind, I am currently healing, going faster, going even faster. And this can affect your entire team, provided that they stick close to you, therefore allowing you to give them the benefits of what you're even on the field for. Now that's not all you can do. See your friends here? Look at the shields that I just gave them. It's a massive boost, and therefore they could help do quite a bit here. Now obviously I was a little slow to try and retaliate and save my friend there, but hey, you get the idea. Making sure that you're on the proper either healing or speed to get your team into or out of combat makes a big difference compared to if you're doing the healing. Obviously you don't want to spend your amplifying ability at the wrong moment when they don't need the healing. Next up, Mercy. Now, Mercy is singular difficulty, if only because she is very similar to Team Fortress 2's medic abilities, but I find her a little bit more challenging, if only because of her targeting options. Now, she does have the Angelic Descent, which is, as well as her Guardian Angel abilities, which make her maneuverability greatly increased compared to some of the others, provided that she has friends nearby. Without it, she's a dead duck. So, Angelic Descent. If you hold the space key, you will end up falling very slowly, just like she's kind of gliding. She also has a blaster, but you have to actually switch over to that in order to do damage. Otherwise, you are stuck with your healing staff or your damage increase staff, which can really be beneficial, provided that you are working with your teammates. Now, of course, your Guardian Angel ability works only if you have a friendly target nearby that you can lock onto. And the really fantastic ultimate ability she has is Resurrect. You can actually bring back from the dead your fallen allies. So you can see here she has her standard staff. Now, if I press the 1 or 2 keys, it will switch back and forth between the staff and the pistol. Her pistol does some decent damage. It's a little bit slow compared to some of the offensive characters, but not too bad, really. I mean, it has 20 shells in the clip as well, and I mean, those are all headshots, body shots. She's not going to do very much, so at least she's got something going on there. And then, of course, you can switch back to the staff. Now, the staff isn't going to do anything to these guys because they are not friendly. Most of your abilities rely on you having friends, and friends that are alive. So if I were to just cast left click, then she is healing. And you can see his health on top, as well as a big health bar on the bottom there. Now the problem is that if I need to heal one of these two bots, sometimes I'll aim close to one and I'll end up healing the wrong one. This happens quite a bit in large team matches. You'll end up locking onto the wrong character. So that's where her difficulty comes into play. Now you can actually amplify their damage, but I don't have any of these guys actually attacking. This one here is, so therefore I could have him take down the enemy much quicker, which, these being bots, is still incredibly slow. But that aside, she has her left shift ability. If she sees a friendly bot, you see the little bluish reticule around this character here. If I press left shift, I will get a boost towards that character. Now, if I hit anywhere else, nothing happens. I have to actually be focused on a friendly that has that reticule on it. I know that there's one up top here, but I can't actually get to him. He might be under attack, and unless he gets close to the edge, I won't be able to get to him. There he is there, but you can see I'm still not locking on. I need to be able to, there we go, get a lock on him, and then I can shoot up there. And it's a nice, quick, but yet still well-controlled ascent to where the other friendly character is. And then you can heal them or enhance them as needed. Of course, her main ability
never die
is being able to bring back her friends from the dead. She can do this for quite a large radius and affect her entire team, changing the tides of battle drastically. So she is a very, very valuable ally, and her singular healing ability is a bit challenging at times, but if she sticks by 1 or 2 characters, then she should be alright. And her left shift ability actually ends up refreshing in a matter of 2 seconds, so she can use it quite regularly. And if she wants a slow descent so that she can have a more controlled area of where she comes down at, there you go. Next up, Symmetry. She's average difficulty, though she does have some offensive capabilities, unlike some of the other utility, though it is a bit difficult to actually pull off. She's got this really short-range beam that can do some serious damage if she stays within range of people, but then that puts her at risk as well. And then she also has a longer, very slow range, or a very longer range, but super slow, like giant orb that she can shoot across the battlefield that will actually penetrate through shields, which is pretty handy, especially when you've got some tanks that are flashing theirs on the screen all the time. She also has these little sentry turrets, which is one of her biggest strengths there. She can place those on just about any surface, and she can have up to a maximum of 6 out at a time and can store 3 at a time in her little inventory slot. She also can project a photon shield once per ally until it has been used up. And it's not very much. I mean, it just gives like a couple bars of shield, but it's better than having no shield. So she could quickly photon shield the entire party before an encounter and give them all a little bit more survivability. And then, of course, her ultimate, the teleporter. That is similar to Portal, if you will, if you're familiar with that game. And the spawn point where you guys all end up jumping into the game will have the other one, and it's good for about 6 uses. Alright, so you see here she has this like 3-clawed gun of sorts, and with it she can end up charging it up and shooting forward a large orb that will pass through most enemies and run into a wall. So you can see there it actually did damage to 2 of them. So this is actually pretty useful when you shoot it into a group that's in light cover. You can shoot it past the cover, or if you've got a Reinhardt running up with a big shield, you can still penetrate right through that with this orb. On top of that, you have her secondary ability, which kind of it's looking right now for something to damage. See, I'm still not even close enough, which this is like shotgun range. But if you get close enough, then you should be able to actually latch onto them. And you just need to get kind of close, and you'll automatically destroy enemies. You notice there I wasn't really aiming at the guy at all, but you do have to be really close for it to actually work. So you see, it just needs to have them on the screen, and you are doing work. Now, she's not really all about the offense in that manner, though that is a really good way, both of those weapons, for her to just keep with her sustaining damage throughout. Now, where she lies in really well is with her little turrets. Allow me to demonstrate that by putting up some here. Now, obviously, turrets, you put them down, they can be destroyed. So you don't want to just put them in a spot where they're going to get shot. You want to put them in a place where people don't see. If they enter into an area, then you probably want to put them, I don't know, maybe up here, so that they're not easily visible to anybody in the area, and they'll get hit instantly by it. Now you can see here this guy's not taking very much damage, but they are taking some damage over time. Now her strength is laying in ambushes, so I could actually end up putting in more turrets around. Eventually, you could end up having up to 6 of these little guys around. Now, you don't want to put them all at the same level, because then they're going to be expected to be in the same places every single time. You probably want to have them somewhat hidden, but yet in an area that they can do some damage. So I'm just going to start placing them around here so you can see how much damage that these guys can do over time, though. I have 5 so far. Let's put one more, let's say right here, just because I can. And you can see, therefore, it takes out these training bots really fast now. So you can set up these little ambush zones to protect a flank or create some chaos. Keeping them on the ground is usually a bad idea because a lot of heroes do use grenades or have explosive blast areas. Often up in the upper areas is better just so that they don't get taken out by accident by enemies coming in with those explosives. So that's something to take into consideration. Now she also can, as I said, drop shields on all your friendlies. Now the thing is, it only lasts until the shield is gone, and then you can reapply, but you cannot, I'm hitting the button right now, you cannot reapply more shields. That's it. You give them the shield once, and that's pretty much all there is. So until the shield is expired, you can't give it to any other team members. So there you go. Now, here is her excellent ability here. Often you'll find that there are sometimes a map that you are trying to push the objective as far as you possibly can, and then you end up getting killed. It's going to happen at some point. Not to say that I'm an expert or anything, but you could then end up putting this, now you're not going to want to put it in an obvious place like this, where it's out in the middle of the battlefield, everyone sees it, because it can be destroyed. What you're going to want to do is make sure that when you place it, that you're placing it in a somewhat secretive place, probably inside, like in a non-easily seen location, so that the others don't end up seeing it. And you'll see here that in the spawn point, it has created another one here. And down next to my percentage for my ultimate on the bottom there, you'll see it says 6. That means I have 6 uses of it. And I just teleported out right into the battle. It's fantastic. So therefore I am ready to go. I'm in with the team, ready to push the objective or defend it as needed. So this can be a big time saver. Definitely change the tide of battle, as most of the support characters can. And you can see that I've been racking up kill after kill with these little bots here, and I haven't even had to shoot the gun once. But there you go. Symmetry, she's a little bit of a finesse style because she's such close range with her weapons. She doesn't have a lot of charge on the guns that she does have, but she can be a huge benefit to your friends in the right situation. Last but not least is Zenyatta. This one here is probably the most offensive, damaging support character of the bunch. So, he is also a bit more difficult to play, mainly because of his extremely low health pool and his ability to target with his charge-up ability on the Orbs of Destruction. He shoots out these little orbs similar to like throwing stars from Genji, but they're just little round balls that explode on contact. And you have the option to actually charge them and launch up to 5 of them once you've reached the maximum. Now here's where the support comes in. With his Orb of Harmony, he can attach this to a friendly hero and slowly recharge their health over time. It's not a fantastic heal, it's probably a medium-low heal, really. Then you've got your Orb of Discord, which is actually where you are a little bit more unique than some of the other supports. You can actually increase the damage a target takes. So if you have a Reinhardt that's just dominating in the center, or somebody that's a tank or something like that that charges in, and you guys need to take him down before he ends up making an opening for the enemy team, Orb of Discord is the way to go, because it will increase the damage that they take. Everyone can target them, and then they go down quickly. And then of course Transcendence. Really fantastic ultimate. This will heal up everybody in an area really fast, really hard. It's great to use, and it's not too difficult to get, being Zenyatta. So this is where you end up seeing how strong this character can be in combat. A few shots to the head, and those guys go down quickly. It's also pretty good shot rate. He's got 20 of these in the chamber before he needs to reload. Even shooting to the chest, it's still just an extra hit on there. It's not too bad. Shoot that, and then his recharge motion, no faster or slower than any others. Now if I hold right click, he has a charge up animation, and you can see the different orbs circling around the screen, and then he launches all of them not at the same time, one after another in a machine gun style. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really fast. Now if you want to know how many you are launching, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can actually end up counting how many you want to launch if you want. So if you know that it'll take 2 to kill an enemy, or you run out of time, you can do a partial charge up and finish them off. You know, so therefore you can be more prepared about that. Now, I was talking about how you can help your team out besides just combat, and that is with your left shift ability. You can end up tossing on a a healing orb, and you can constantly switch it over as often as you want. There's no cooldown on that, but it only gives a little bit of healing to a target. And you can see there, I took a hit. I've only got 150 health with shields. Without shields, I think I've only got maybe 50 health. It's pretty pathetic. But you can see this guy's barely keeping up with a really weak training bot here. So that's not really a lot of healing, but it's better than no healing. Now on top of that, you can actually toss out a Discord Orb, which means that this guy is going to take more damage, and you can end up shooting him and only take him out in 2 hits. instead of 3. So therefore, amplifying the damage of your party on that target. Now there are disadvantages to both of these orbs, and that is, if you see here, I'm going to launch out a Discord orb, and I've got the friendly orb going on. So if I get too far away, both of the orbs are returned. So you do have a certain range on that. You can't just have it running across a map and then just hide in a corner or something with your orbs on people and just go AFK. It doesn't really work like that. But they can be very helpful, especially since you're able to offer some combat ability in the group. But if you're looking for a lot of healing in the group, it's not really going to be the best way to go there. So you're going to want to take some caution from that. Now, his Q ability is really, really good. Let me wait for these guys to actually take a little bit of damage here. And then once they do, I will end up using this and show it off. Here we go. And instantly, these guys get healed. And while you're doing this, they're still getting a massive heal. It's just fantastic. It works in a pretty decent area. You have the same maneuverability as you did before while that is going on. And you can end up just making sure that your group stays alive, especially when somebody charges in and you need to pop your ultimate just to keep the group from dying from massive explosions that are being had from other tanks or attack members and so on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I know I definitely did. It's been a lot of fun playing Overwatch. The group battles vary considerably. You may end up getting some guys or some groups that end up not specializing or switching up. Just remember that in all situations, it's not best to stick with one character unless you're just trying to learn them. But otherwise, you'll want to switch out according to the best situation for you and your team. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, we'll see ya.